Hello everyone and welcome to the Pokebattler website. My name is Famous from FLW Videos, and today we're going to be talking about the top 6 raid counters for the Pokemon Regice. In at the number 1 position we have Metagross, so definitely excited about Metagross. Related to its moveset, we finally get to see some use out of Meteor Mash. As far as raid bosses are concerned, that is a Community Day exclusive move, so definitely have fun with that. And then when we take a look at the ratings, we got a 5-star in damage, a 5-star in bulk, and then a 4-star in consistency. So looking good so far. If you're curious about its performance at level 35, also has some solid results, an overall ranking of 2nd at level 35. Then when we take a look at the defenses, I do want to go ahead and bring this up that a lot of these Pokemon in the top 6 are weak to the move Earthquake, so just keep that in mind. We do have some alternative options if you care about matchups for specific movesets. Other than that, it's going to be extremely difficult to do it with 3 people, but technically you can. I think that most people are going to be a little bit more comfortable in that 4 range. Consider using a little bit more than that if you do want to make it easy, and then of course save up on revives. In at the number 2 spot, we have a Pokemon from Generation 5, and that is Chandelure. So Chandelure, although a great Ghost type attacker, is also a solid Fire type attacker with Fire Spin and then Overheat. As far as its ratings are concerned, we got a 5-star on damage, 5-star on bulk, and then a 3-star on consistency. So it dropped 1-star in consistency in comparison to Metagross, but still very solid. And then when you take a look at the rankings at level 35 versus other level 35 Pokemon, this is where Chandelure shines, in at that number 1 position. But ladies and gentlemen, guess what? Still going to have some issues versus Earthquake, so that's something to consider. Number 3. We have Blaziken. Blaziken, so exciting to talk about this Pokemon. In this case, we are going to have to use a Community Day exclusive move of Blast Burn, so it could be a lot of fun to get some usability out of this Pokemon. But when we take a look at the ratings, we have a 5-star on the damage, a 2-star on the bulk, and then a 3-star on that consistency. Checking out the rankings at level 35, it gets a little bit worse for Blaziken, an overall ranking of 9th at level 35. And once again, pointing out that we are going to have issues versus Earthquake. So these first 3, I would opt to not use them versus Earthquake and maybe consider using our 4th spot, and that is Moltres. Moltres, an excellent Pokemon, especially from the flying type. It's also solid from the fire typing as well. In this case, we're going with Fire Spin and then Overheat, and then its performance, we have a 5-star on damage, a 5-star on bulk, and then a 3-star on the consistency, so we'll give that a check mark. And as far as its rankings at level 35, very consistent from level 40 to level 35. We have an overall ranking of 3rd, so I'm going to give that a check mark. But check this out. As far as its defenses are concerned, it does have some effectiveness against that Earthquake. It has some protection, is what I mean. And we're not going to have to necessarily worry about any of the movesets, so Moltres could be a good general option if you want to go with it. But speaking of a good general option, I do think that our next position to talk about is a good one as well. We have Machamp. Machamp, the first fighting type Pokemon. We have Counter and the Dynamic Punch. As far as his performance is concerned, we have a 5-star on damage, a 2-star on bulk, and then a 4-star on that consistency. At level 35, looking pretty solid. Drops a little bit in performance, ranked out at 7th at level 35. But check this out. Once again on the defense, we're not necessarily having to worry about any of the moveset, so it could be a good idea to go with a Machamp team. Plus, you're going to have the benefit of it being a good counter versus all of the Regis. Up next, in at the number 6 spot, we have Entei. So seeing a lot of legendary Pokemon on this list. We've got Fire Fang and then Overheat. But as far as its ratings are concerned, definitely some good news. 5-star on that damage, 4-star on the bulk, and then 4-star on the consistency. At level 35, we are looking good. We are ranked out at 4, so technically a little better than what it's ranked out, fully maxed out. Still going to have some issues with Earthquake, so I would say overall, you need to make sure that you have the right matchup based on the moveset. If you want to go ahead and try out some alternative options, definitely head over to the simulation for Regice and check it out on the Pokebattler page.